would you rather be? Parkway Bank Sports Complex, Rosemont, Illinois, just outside Chicago. Folks, tonight it's the softball capital of the world. Here in Chicago, we always say, let's play two, and we will. It's a doubleheader. Our first game coming your way, it is Team Netz taking on Team Ricketts. Oh boy, so glad you found us, folks. This is going to be fun. We're going to have so much fun, folks. We need to share it three ways. We've got a three-person booth. Amanda Scarborough, Natasha Watley. Folks, I am Eric Collins. And, well, one of the reasons we have so many people, we have so much offense these days. We played 2 games yesterday, and Natasha, the Bats were cooking.
Oh, my gosh. They came alive yesterday. So much offense yesterday in the doubleheader. We saw 6 home runs on the day, and the Bats are coming alive. And the pitching, it's gone a little bit dead on the last day.
Well, but before yesterday, it was all about pitching, which is why Keilani Ricketts, one of the captains, is at the top of the leaderboard. She finds herself in 5th place. She'll get the ball today with a chance to rise up the leaderboard and try to move herself into first and catch Kaylee Kowalik.
Love the former pitcher sticking up for the pitchers. Great stuff. Okay, let's talk about some of the hitters yesterday. 6 home runs, one of them hit by the youngster Tiare Jennings.
Tiare Jennings, just after returning from the World Cup in China last week, she is on fire and hitting like she usually does, hitting some home runs as well. Adding to the day of home runs that we saw yesterday, 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs.
Well, both these sides lost yesterday. Team Netz lost against Team Kowalik, and Team Ricketts lost against Team Coffee, trying to get off the schneid this evening. Take a look at the lineup card. The rookie Devin Netz, first-time captain. She has Morgan Zirkle leading things off, followed by Sydney McKinney. TV Tori Vidalis. There's Tiare Jennings hitting in the cleanup spot. Netz slots herself in the 5-hole. With retiring Taylor Edwards, a great story this week. Corey McMillan, Anissa Urtez, and Bella Dayton rounding out the 9. All right, let's talk pitching. Keilani Ricketts, one of the captains, currently in the 5th spot on the leaderboard. She's going to give herself some innings and a chance to build up her points.
Well, can you believe how many innings that she's thrown in her career as a veteran? I mean, that's why you trust her when she comes out into the circle. You believe in what she can do because she's done it for, what, a decade now, coming from the left-hand side, and is off to a great All-Star Cup with that low ERA.
First pitch from our ball game, bounced right side, backhanded by the first baseman, Bailey Klingler, and Morgan Zirkle is retired.
She's going to throw a lot of ground ball outs, too, because of the way that she works her drop ball and the way that she stays down in the zone. The drop ball is going to be the pitch that she goes to the most, over 50% of the time. She'll also rely on her curveball, changeup, and backdoor curve, but that changeup is going to be essential today.
Another lefty-lefty matchup, and this is a bunt foul, Sydney McKinney. One of the things you notice when you watch Keilani Ricketts pitch, there's no use really to take a whole bunch of pitches. She's generally around the plate. She doesn't walk many. Just 1 walk so far this season in 11 innings. Third baseman Paige Sinicki makes the play. 3 pitches into our game, and we've got 2 outs.
But I love the plan with Zirkle and McKinney. Just like you said, Eric, she throws a lot of strikes. She works early in the count. So having that mentality of swing early in the count, being aggressive. We see that first from Zirkle, and McKinney trying to put down that bunt, first pitch.
Here's TV Tori Vidalis. Called strike 1. Tori 5 for 18. 278 batter with a homer. Currently 41st out of 60 players on the leaderboard. I'm getting ready for a kick for Tori. She generally always gets hot and finds herself in the upper echelon of the leaderboard, and maybe that's the start for her right now. Line drive base hit to center field.
I literally was about to kick you. You said you were getting ready for a kick, and now you have 2 people that could provide that kick for you.
So 2-out base runner. And here's Tiare Jennings. Another first pitch strike. That's 4 consecutive batters that have started with a strike.
And that is Keilani Ricketts' forte. And I'm surprised yesterday, you know, her being a captain, she didn't give herself the ball. And so today she takes it into her hands and said, let's get this thing done.
It's always the question, right? How are you going to handle being a captain, especially when you're a pitcher and you know that there's multiple other pitchers on the same staff that you believe in because you drafted them, so you really like their stuff and how it complements you. But it's a big decision. I feel like these captains who are pitchers have made these tough decisions throughout this entire All-Star Cup, and we've seen it for years, how they're going to handle when they pitch themselves.
Pitchers can rack up points. We've seen it with Rachel Garcia a number of times. But if you can get a long outing, 6 innings, 7 innings, remember you get 4 points for every out. If you can dominate and not give up any earned runs, and your team wins innings and wins the entire game, you can make a massive jump in just one day. Ooh, beautiful pitch. Ricketts strikes out Jennings. What an impressive first inning for the veteran left-hander, Kaylani Ricketts.
Well, and you can go deeper into the game if you're getting quick outs like Ricketts did in this inning, threw a ton of strikes early on and then got the final out of a hot Tiara Jennings with a looking K.
Ricketts in there after the first inning. Now Team Ricketts heading to the bat rack. Let's take a look at the lineup card submitted by Kaylani Ricketts, the captain. It has Sierra Sacco leading things off. She's out in left field, followed by Sydney Romero, Hannah Flippin, cleanup hitter Bailey Klingler, Bubba Nichols Camarena is the 5-hole hitter, Charlize Palacios, Aaliyah Binford, Caroline Jacobson, and Paige Sinicki filling out the rest of the lineup. They'll be batting against the hard-throwing righty Megan Faremo.
And Megan Faremo yesterday came in a relief situation and today gets the start. I know that she likes and prefers to have the ball and start, and looking to her to have a good start yesterday. She had some little inconsistencies, but for the most part, 3 strikeouts on the day.
Sierra Sacco, rookie, is 23rd out of 60 players on the leaderboard, and that is a foul ball. That was an interesting dance going down the first base line.
Oh my God.
Was it going to curve back fair or not?
That's hilarious. And that leading up to Tori, who's always smiling, playing games, looks at the dugout like, well, I tried just to see if Sierra Sacco was going to roll back fair. Oh, man.
Every inning that we play is worth something to every player in both dugouts. If Team Ricketts can score just 1 run, it'll be an inning win. For everyone on Team Ricketts, it'll be a +10. AUSL All-Star Cup, we keep track of everything. And players move up and down the leaderboard virtually every at-bat of the game. Lifted into center field. Circle makes the play. 1 down. Next in line, Sydney Romero. Starts with an open stance. Never wears batting gloves. Sydney's statistically is having a really good All-Star Cup. Just hasn't resulted in movement on the leaderboard. She's hitting 400 right on the nose. 6 hits, 15 at-bats with a homer. A couple of doubles. But she's 49th out of 60 players on the leaderboard.
Yeah, it's hard to think about her not being that high up on the leaderboard, but obviously, you know, you want to be on winning teams. She hasn't been on winning teams, but she's been hitting the ball so well. Series 1 had a couple hits. She broke up Rachel Garcia's no-hitter in Series 1, so she's seeing the ball well.
Playing good defense, too.
Driven, right field, drifting back, McMillan makes the play. Wow, that ball carried a lot farther than Corey McMillan probably thought it was going to. That was a difficult play, turned in by the rookie McMillan.
Yeah, and Cindy Romero just making good contact, but this ball just carries, but Corey McMillan doing a good job of staying with it. The sun is in her eyes a little bit, so stays with it. Big out for number 2.
2 down. Base is clear. Here's everyone's favorite palindrome. Hannah Flippin. Ball 1 to Hannah.
You're so funny about that every time when she comes up, and it, if anything, it helps me remember what is a palindrome.
Same forward and backwards, Hannah.
Most people forget.
Hey! Line drive base hit with 2 outs for Hannah.
And Megan Framo is going to rely a lot on east and west with her curveball and with her screwball. Her screwball is a pitch that in the AUSL regular season that she leaned on the most. Just a couple of percentage points underneath her screwball is her curve. And then, man, she can go up with some high heat with her rise ball and mix in that changeup, which was hit by Sarah Satko to center field to start the game.
Here's Bailey Klingler. 2 outs, base run on at first base.
There's that changeup. It's a beauty.
It's 56 miles per hour.
Megan Framo has such good stuff. When she places her screwball and curveball on the corners, sometimes selling out on that inside pitch there, Bailey Klingler was, because of the fact that she throws the screwball the most, so that screwball moving inside to righties. But sometimes Megan Framo leave that screw and curve a little bit too much over the plate, and it will get barreled up hard, like the way that Flippin hit that single. See how much she's stepping out?
Yep. Guessing in a little bit.
See if she does that again on a 2-1 count. Starting more open and stepping more toward the third base side, Klingler is. And they keep going in.
Keep going in. And as a hitter, too, you can feel that, too. So she's definitely trying to make that educated guess that they're pounding her in. She's even trying to bait them a little bit, starting off the plate a little bit.
See if she can paint the outside corner with a curveball here. Framo.
Ooh, went outside and just able to get a piece of it. Just a piece.
Just a little tiny piece. That's spoiled that pitch, though. I'd be so mad if I just threw that great pitch just off the plate. Know if I spot a curveball here that I'm going to get her, and she just wastes a good pitch, making Framo go deeper into this AB.
One hopper to the second baseman. Jennings throws out Klingler, and the side is retired. So, we have a scoreless first inning. The second will be worth 20 points when we return to Chicago. Hey, Devin Netz, the captain, rookie out of Arizona, going to get a chance to lead things off here in the second inning for Team Netz. This inning's worth 20 points. She has been really fun for me to get a chance to watch and learn more about throughout the course of the summer.
Yeah, she's been doing a good job in having this leadership role and being a captain. It's been nice to see her step up. Yesterday, she came out and took the ball from Lexi Kilfoyle and said, hey, you know, I'm taking this into my hands. And so definitely playing into that leadership role.
A unique perspective, too, in the sense she talked about how she played for both the Bandits and the Blaze, 2 different cultures. She got to learn from different coaches, different teammates, different probably vibes on each team. So taking that into her being a captain, and I would be really nervous as a rookie to be a captain in this league with all the vets, just like the one that she's hitting against in Ricketts. I mean, that could be very intimidating, but it'll make you grow up fast.
Yeah, actually, now I think about it, she's batting against Kaylani Ricketts, who was teammates professionally with her college coach. She played for Caitlin Lowe, and for many years, Kaylani Ricketts and Caitlin Lowe played pro ball together in the NPF. So different generations, not only battling pitcher-catcher, but also as or pitcher-batter, but both as captains this week. I think that's one of the cool things when you talk about trees, is Devin Netz talks about leadership and learning. She clearly learned from Caitlin Lowe, who clearly learned from her college coach, Mike Andrea, and it goes further and further back. 3-2 pitch misses outside. That's a good AB by the captain, Devin Netz. She's aboard with nobody out in the second inning. Let's check in now with Savannah Collins.
Well, we see these 2 captains going head-to-head in that AB, but this game in particular carries a lot of weight with the results on the leaderboard. Yesterday, both these teams took a loss, but in particular, they struggled in the win points category. This orange squad didn't get a single win point. They were swept in the innings and then lost the game to Team Coffee, and then purple only got 20 from winning 2 innings. In fact, Kalani Ricketts and Devin Netz Nets are the only players from both these teams still in the top 10. There's only 9 from orange and purple in the top half of the leaderboard. So that just goes to show you how important it is to win these innings and win these games. And both of these teams are in a situation where they need to start climbing today to possibly make a case to be a captain or put themselves in a good situation going into the final series of the season.
Yeah, Savannah, you think about it, you do the math, you get this entire game today, everyone's going to have a game tomorrow, then off for a couple of days, and then 3 consecutive games of the weekend. So you really have 5 games remaining to make yourself a move. So there's time, not a ton of it, but there's definitely is still time.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time left, and racking up those win points I think are important, trying to keep those in perspective.
Good pitch. Ricketts working to Taylor Edwards. How about this? These two actually would have played in college for teams that were in conferences that are no longer in those conferences.
I don't like to think about that, Eric.
Taylor Edwards was at Nebraska when Nebraska was in the old Big 12. And at the same time that Kaylani Ricketts is at Oklahoma when they're in the Big 12.
That's the old Big 12 that I like. That's my old Big 12. When you think of Big 12, A&M, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri even, Texas Tech, Baylor. Brings back some memories there.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Taylor Edwards. Swatted into right field. It'll hang up long enough for the catch to be made by Caroline Jacobson. You saw her fighting the sun.
Yeah, the sun is directly into right field. So sunglasses are a must.
If you've ever wondered, folks, if you're at a quality ballpark that is originated correctly, the sun should always be in the right fielder's eyes at this time of day. Right back up the middle, backhanded nicely. Sydney Romero, not in time. Corey McMillan legs out an infield single. That's a nice play by Sydney Romero, but McMillan really wanted it. It's her first hit of the All-Star Cup.
Well, and this is the difference of Corey McMillan being out and safe is really she moves well for a power hitter, but she's in the left-handed batter's box. I would think if she's starting in the right-handed batter's box, Sydney gets her on that, but that gave her the slight edge from that left-handed batter's box to be able to get down to first. And I mean, what a pick by Klingler to even make that a close play with where that throw was. That backhand pick that she just had to move, timed it perfectly with the stretch, picked it off the short hop to even give Sydney Romero a chance to make that out. Wow. I know that was an infield single, but it feels like Sydney Romero made an incredible defensive play there with Bailey.
Anissa Urtez bounces it foul right side. Urtez, her final week as a professional softball player. Still has game. .333 batter, 3 for 9 with 3 walks. Oh! And now she's hit with the pitch. That's a +8 in this scoring system. 8 the hard way. And the bases will be loaded.
And getting points by getting hit by a pitch, I mean, that's the only way that makes it worth it, especially with the Kaylani Ricketts curveball coming in. No thank you, but hey, I'll take the points on that.
Okay, what's the play here? You got Bella Dayton, who can really run, left-handed batter. The bases are loaded. Do you bring the infield in?
I was going to say just a smidge, right? Don't you think? Especially your middles there, not necessarily, especially with a play at any base with Bella Dayton's speed. How would you play it at shortstop right now?
I would absolutely play it in, and we know we got to cut off runs, and you've got good speed with Bella Dayton, but you want to cut off the run at home for sure.
Double play is going to be tricky here, but you guys have seen AUSL all summer long. There have been so many varieties of double plays. It doesn't just have to be a 6-4-3 or a 4-6-3.
Wide of the bag, third base side, 1 and 2.
Double plays galore around here. Makes you feel comfortable in the circle if you're a pitcher like Ricketts, knowing that she's a down ball pitcher and that you have a couple of different opportunities and ways to get a double play with how she keeps the ball on the ground.
Announced foul right side. Dayton didn't get out of the box very well.
Right.
If that had stayed fair, that would have been interesting.
Well, and I think if we're not playing for any points, maybe Bailey Klingler takes that out. But you're playing for 20 inning points right now. So with Dayton not running out of the box, I think maybe that makes a difference, or that was just a weird development of a play with Dayton not running, and that potentially could have been a fair ball.
2-2 pitch. We've got Netz on at third. She began the inning with a walk. We've got McMillan on at second. She had an infield single. Ricketts is at first. She was hit with a pitch. So the only ball that's left the infield this inning is the only out that's been recorded. And after only throwing 8 pitches in the first inning, Ricketts is about to throw her 8th pitch to Bella Dayton right here. And she'll have to throw 9.
You can tell that she's just not seeing the ball well out of Ricketts' hand. This lefty-on-lefty matchup, just kind of doing whatever she can to get rid of these pitches. She's working her on the inner half, and Dayton is just trying to get rid of the inside to get out.
Off-speed pitch pops her up. And just away from the sliding Palacios. I hope she got part of that pad. She went hard against the wall.
Palacios gets a good jump on this. If she had an extra inch, I think she makes that catch. She went kind of hard. Ugh. Yeah.
Another 2-2. Man. You're saying that Dayton's not seeing the ball well. She's doing a great job of staying alive if that's the case.
It's like she is, but the contact that was probably the best contact, I would say. But the rest of the contact are just, she's just barely making contact. Weak contact with that foul ball with some of these, but getting better as the AB goes on.
Oh my goodness, this is off her leg.
Yeah, this is tough. And that's what's so hard facing Ricketts. I mean, she will pound you as a lefty on that inside corner, and you just got to fight for yourself and trying to get a bat on it like Bella Dayton.
5 foul balls this at bat for Dayton. Getting ready for her. Oh, on the 12th pitch, a base hit. That'll score Netz easily. What a job by Bella Dayton. And Team Netz, they take a 1-0 lead.
And that's how you do it. You've got to be feisty. I mean, that is the most feistiest at bat that I have seen in a while. But Bella Dayton able to win that battle and puts Team Netz on the board.
So Bella Dayton drives in her first run of the All-Star Cup. This is right to the first baseman. Klingler comes home. They get the out there. So for the second consecutive at bat, Zirkle swings at the first pitch. And for the second consecutive bat, bounces to the first baseman. There are now 2 outs. Sydney McKinney.
You can just tell how tough Ricketts is against these left-handed hitters. I mean, these swings, Tosh, just don't look comfortable against her. Even the Dayton hit, it did the job. I mean, it's gritty, feisty, but they don't look very comfortable staying in on that inside pitch. The outside pitch, that was a better swing right there, but inside you can tell that Ricketts is tough on these lefties.
Yeah, and as a lefty, when she's throwing you in, it's hard for your eyes. It's really deceptive to try to pick up that drop and try to pick up her change. Hard pitches on that lefty.
Right back to Ricketts. Her plays at first, and she makes it. Wow, it could have been a lot worse for Kaylani Ricketts and her club. They do give up a run. When we come back to the second inning, Team Ricketts needs to score. Draws first blood. They're able to score a run in the top of the second inning. If they can keep Team Ricketts to a 0 here, it'll be a +20 for everyone on Team Netz. Joining us now is the captain of Team Netz, the rookie from Arizona, Devin Netz, who scored the game's only run just a moment ago. Hey, Devin, congratulations scoring that run. Congratulations on being a captain. What's it been like so far for this Series 3 with you in charge?
You know, quite honestly, I'm just taking all of it in. I'm a first-time, I'm a rookie in this league, so the regular season was new for me. This All-Star Cup is new for me, so honestly, I'm learning from all the veterans here, and they've been nothing but a great help to me. So if anything, I'm learning as much as I can, taking it all in, making as many connections as possible. But like I said, it's been fun, and being a captain, I guess, is just a new learning curve and a new process. So, yeah.
Devin, I think you are doing great.
Thank you.
Just walk me through your draft strategy. You drafted Lexi Kilfoyle first. Walk us through your thoughts.
So I definitely wanted pitching for sure, and I wanted to use myself not only as a DP a lot, but also I think being able to like munch innings, if that makes sense. So I want to get my team out of tough innings, but I know with the pitching staff that I drafted, we're going to be able to get out of tight situations. So coming off of yesterday, today I think we're going to have a new start, and Megan's doing great for us right now. So if anything, I want to be able to hit for myself, but also hit for myself and be a great help for my team here.
Devin, who did you go to for advice for how to draft or what it was going to be like, who to pick, all the things?
So Taylor McQuillan was a big help for me. I've known her since my freshman year at Arizona, actually. So she was a grad assistant when I was a freshman under Coach Kendrea. And I've known her ever since, and I worked with her brother, Greg, as well. So if anything, she's kind of taken me under her wing the entire time during this whole summer. So she helped me a lot with, the ins and outs and what I can do with my style of play.
Just curious, Devin, because you are a two-way player, and that's a great way to rack up points in this format, how long does it take you to get loose if you need to come into the game and pitch?
Oh, I mean, I think I've had a lot of experience at Arizona as far as, maybe you have time to get ready, maybe you're a starter, but you know what, maybe I have to close some innings. So if anything, I've had to learn both ways to get ready as quick as I can, but also know that sometimes I do have time. So I think at Arizona, I've learned how to just read the game. So if anything, I trust this pitching staff wholeheartedly, but it's been fun learning, like I said.
Yeah, do you have a preference of, obviously starting the game, coming in relief, closing? Where would you put yourself?
I think it just depends on the situation. Like, I think this summer, I really loved relieving for, with these pro girls. I loved, coming in relief. And if anything, starting was not too much for me, but I think I had a little bit of some rough starts. So if anything, I really enjoyed relieving because I felt the pressure. Everyone says pressure is a privilege, but I really felt the pressure, and I kind of feel like I executed under that pressure. But if anything, I think relieving was kind of fun for me this last summer.
Devin, one more quick one. Did you draft pitchers based off of who would complement you the best as a pitcher or who you hate to hit against?
Can we just say both? We still have one more series left. Come on. I can't let that all out of the bag yet. But if anything, I think, yes, to compliment me, but to also compliment each other. Megan has a lot of good up and down, and she's also good with her changeup as well. But Lexi's just so good down, and that changeup is... It's nasty. It's just nasty. But if anything, and I love Taylor coming in and just being that lefty spin pitcher. But yeah, if anything, I think they complement each other just as much as me.
Devin, thank you for your time. Good luck the rest of the way. It's been fun watching you play this week.
Thank you so much.
Well, we've got a bit of a rally going on for Team Ricketts. First two batters of the second inning have reached. Bubba Nichols-Camarena reached on an error by the shortstop Ortez. They ruled that last ball hit by Palacios as a single. The ball that got past Sidney McKinney, that's a single, so it's a +10 for Palacios. So runners on at first and at second, nobody out. Maybe a bunt situation for Aaliyah Binford. Bunts aren't a bad idea. It's +10 if you can get one down. Nope. Right back to the screen.
I was talking about this the other day with Chucky, but I feel like in the leaderboard season, you don't see the bunts as much as when they had coaches, and the coaches are calling a bunt in a bunt type situation. It's interesting that during the leaderboard season, I don't feel like we see bunts as much.
Seems like Aubrey Leach is the one player who's like, oh, it's 10 points, 10 points.
Yeah, definitely.
She's super smart.
Which is interesting because there are points attached to it, so it's like...
Same thing as getting a single.
Yeah, an easy get it down.
Well, in this situation, too, you're playing for one run, right? So just you have no outs, advance both runners 60 feet, and you could actually be playing for 2 runs to win the 20 points versus just playing for one. I don't know. It's interesting. I would put down a bunt in this situation.
Right. Same.
Yesterday, Team Ricketts really struggled with runners in scoring position. It took the collar. 0 for 6. They got a chance to kind of break the mold here. But Binford's got a battle. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I say that, and now Binford's about to rope a double in the gap, and it's going to be a moot point, but...
My goodness. Team Netz scored a run in the top of this second inning, trying to hang on. They can shut down Team Ricketts here in the second inning. It'll be a +20. This is a rollover 20-point inning. Oh my goodness, did you see the knees buckle? That was a beautiful changeup, and Binford's out number 1.
Oh, I saw the knees buckle. I think everybody did. That changeup was A++, and she needed it. 2 runners on, no outs. She needed a strikeout here after Binford got herself in a hole and unable to advance the runners. That's a huge strikeout for Faremo.
Here's Caroline Jacobson. Talk about someone who was due. Jacobson had a really good regular season, but here in the All-Star Cup, looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 12.
I feel for her, because I'm sure she feels every bit of that 0 for 12.
Yeah, it's those frustrating moments. It's like, should I be aggressive early in the count? Should I take pitches? It's trying to find that equal balance of trying to get back into it.
And it is just 12 at bats, you know, but it feels like 30 when you're in a slump like that. And even when you go 0 for 4, 0 for 5, it starts to feel like 0 for 30. So trying to swing her way out of it, because she did have such a great regular season where she was so clutch, and that's still in her.
Little number, that's a fair ball. And Vidalis tags out Jacobson. 2 down. Both runners pick up an extra 60 feet. Runners at second and third with 2 away.
It almost looked like Caroline Jacobson was going to try to avoid that tag. It slipped a little bit.
Here's the number 9 hitter, Paige Sinicki. Well, if things go sideways for Team Netz and Megan Faremo, at least she can know that none of these runs will be earned. The first base runner, Bubba Nichols-Camarena, reached on an error, so this inning should be over. Pitchers never want to give up earned runs. Those are -10. Ball gets away! Here comes Nichols-Camarena, and the game is tied. That's an unearned run, but it counts just the same on the scoreboard. That means it's not going to be an inning win for Team Netz.
And this is a ball that gets away from Taylor Edwards. That's that drop on the inner half. A heads-up base running by Bubba Nichols-Camarena, and gets in there to get Team Ricketts on the board.
Umpires are talking. Is it possible that Sinicki got hit? I didn't think that she did get hit.
Huh. Back foot.
Back foot, yeah. Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, as it is right now, it's a run in, but Team Netz could challenge this, and it looks like Devin Netz does want to challenge. That's a great captain's challenge.
The ruling on the field is just a live ball. It is being challenged by Team Netz that it's possible hit pitch, hit batter. It's now under review.
And Sinicki's reaction that she was going to take first on
Yeah, it looked like she was starting towards first base.
Yeah, like she got hit.
Man, I just don't know.
Well, and
But
if you're Sinicki, should you have played it off like you didn't get hit because you had that run? Now you take a run off the board. I'm wondering if
But personally, you get 8 points.
That's what I was going to say.
If you get hit with a
they
pitch.
get 8 points.
But you could potentially get the inning points.
Yeah.
Which is more than that. So it's an interesting twist to it when you think about the
You see her
points.
heading to first base.
Yes, and so maybe that sparked to Team Netz, oh, we should probably check this out, because that would take a run off of the board for us.
Well, the call in the field was just a live ball. Wild pitch, and the ball got away from Taylor Edwards.
Is there indisputable video evidence that it hit her foot?
The ball looked like it
After
changed.
further review, it was a hit by pitch. Therefore, we go back to bases loaded. That is Team Netz's first challenge.
That is a great captain's challenge by Devin Netz.
Yes.
I would love to know if they were going to challenge it, even if she wouldn't have run to first base.
Saying, I feel like Sinicki told on herself in a sense.
Yes.
Okay, so Sinicki +8 for getting hit with a pitch. She's at first, Palacios at second. Nichols Camarena back onto the field of play. She's at third. And now it'll be up to Sierra Sacco to keep the inning alive for Team Ricketts. Quality strike one.
Talon's teammates here going head-to-head, where Sacco didn't have to face Framo a lot in the regular season because they were on the same team, probably watching her throw so well in the regular season, win that championship.
Two and one. It's been a stressful inning for Megan Framo. Another good strike.
Both pitchers have really had to labor in the second inning. Ricketts and Framo both finding themselves in jams, tough at bats compared to the first inning.
Okay, rubber's gonna hit the road. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, 20 points on the line. All 3 runners will be off of the pitch. Why not? And we liked it so much, we're gonna do it again.
Yeah. Amanda, did you like facing teammates?
Yes.
Because you knew all about them?
Because I knew all about him, yeah. And this is different too because they don't have a lot of history compared to some former like UCLA teammates with Framo who they faced each other in college and here.
Went too far. No, she didn't. She checks her swing, and the bases loaded walk plates Nichols Camarena to tie the game.
Just check out this blue ball on the outer half. Ah, man, we're just cringing up here. It looks like Sacco offers at that, but the reaction, Framo wants that too.
I thought that should have been a check swing strike. But it makes it more interesting for the inning points, so here we go.
Sydney Romero grabs the bat, swings at the first pitch, and pops it foul straight behind. Sydney hit it hard first time up, drove it deep to right field. A catch made on the warning track by Corey McMillan.
That pitch that she hit in yesterday's game at her first at bat was unbelievable how she scooped it off of the ground. I think her bat hit the ground and she still got a hit.
It was a little poke, a little reach, just incredible hands, and her to stay in her legs and still be able to reach that.
She's gonna have to work here. Down to the count 0-2. One tie, bases loaded, bottom of the second inning.
these righties are just continuing to step open. Even when they get 2 strikes, they're not scared to sell out on that inside pitch today.
35 pitches thrown by Faremo here in the second inning. Hard, fair, extra bases for Romero. 2-run score. And it's an inning win for Team Ricketts. They lead 3-1. Sydney stops at first with a long single. And wow, 3-1 lead for Team Ricketts. All of this happening with 2 outs.
Well, and look at how Sydney Romero steps open again, selling out for that inside pitch. And Faremo and Edwards continue to call that inside pitch, and she finally got to it. It's what she was doing the entire at-bat. And it's so interesting to me that they didn't go back to the outside corner, seeing that the entire at-bat. And now 3 runs scored off of Faremo in this inning because Sid just got 2 RBIs. And my goodness, she's been hot.
Yes, she has. Hannah flipping. One shortstop rounds out to the other shortstop. Ortez underhand flip to Jennings. But it's a 3-run uprising for Team Ricketts. They win the first and now the second inning. Plus 20 for everyone on their roster. Both Kaylani Ricketts and Megan Faremo laboring. Ricketts gave up 1 run, while Faremo gave up 3, even though all 3 were unearned. They still count and still hurt. That is a big deal for Kaylani Ricketts, who began today 5th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. The fact that her team won the first and now the second inning, so plus 20 for her, that is important. .32 pitches for Ricketts in the second inning, 36 pitches for Faremo in the second inning. That's not sustainable. TV Tori Vidalis. Ball 1.
Very similar to yesterday's game when we were watching Team Coffee and Team Ricketts yesterday with Montana Fout. Same thing in the second inning, got in a lot of trouble, and that happened in the bottom of the inning as well. For Rachel Garcia, that's when she gave up her run. So something about the second inning.
Well, you guys,
second inning blues.
I noticed you guys were talking about the home runs that were hit yesterday, and I think 3 or 4 of them were hit in the second inning.
That is the 3rd time today that we have had a right-handed batter bounce to the first baseman, Bailey Klingler. 1 up, 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Game 2 of our doubleheader continues tonight on ESPNU. It's going to be Team Coffee taking on Team Kowalik. We strategically put Team Coffee in the nightcap to keep everyone awake. First ball swinging, Jennings down the right field line, and it's foul. Jacobson covering a lot of ground. Was away from about 4 or 5 feet. Jennings from Southern California, San Pedro. Kaylani Ricketts from Northern California, San Jose.
But even though California, 2 worlds apart, northern, southern, like if you're southern, we don't even know what happens up there in the north, vice versa.
What technically is in between Northern California and Southern California? Is it like a mid-California, like Bakersfield or something? What is it, Modesto?
Fresno,
Yeah.
Modesto,
Yeah.
Bakersfield, and that's just like the middle.
Just the middle.
Hot,
Okay.
lot of land.
It's going to be a tough play for Flip It. Oh, my goodness. That's where ground balls go to die. Hannah Flippin', how do you do? Look at that with a smile on her face.
Hannah Flippin', so smooth. I could watch her field ground balls absolutely every single day. Just the transition, the footwork, the release, perfection.
And the next time she makes a bad throw, it will be a first. Every single time, finishes off the play.
So valuable at shortstop, and the leadership that she brings to any team that she's on, her experience, and it's the way that she gets better. It's why she was the Defensive Player of the Year in the regular season.
Scalded into center field. Devin Netz, that's a plus 10 for her. Netz has been to the plate twice. He's walked and singled. So one of the captains, Devin Netz, off to a good day statistically, plus 20.
Well, think about this infield for Team Ricketts right now. You have 4 players that all could play shortstop on the infield. From Bailey Klingler to Sid Romero, Hannah Flippen, Paige Sinicki just won a Gold Glove at Oregon this past season, her senior season.
That's what's been so impressive for me is just watching all the defenders, being able to see them move around, the versatility that they all possess. You can literally put anybody anywhere. They all can make plays, make it look all easy.
I feel like you see that more in our sport than you see in MLB and just in baseball in general. I feel like the versatility of infielders is at a different level in softball.
And I never played the infield, but the defensive positions are totally different. You're asking a shortstop and a third baseman to do totally different things, cover totally different areas. And second, with all the coverages you have at first base and things you have to do on bunts and covering steals.
Just the reaction. I mean, obviously being a middle infielder coming into a corner, like that's like the hardest thing, to have to react and read angles. I would almost think it would be easier to be a corner and go back to a middle, but that's just what I think, because maybe I like middle infielder a little bit better, but.
A little biased.
Yeah.
Were you ever asked to play anywhere other than shortstop? I feel like you were?
I played second. I just played the middles. I played the outfield. I played left. And my last year with Pride, I played left field. Didn't play center because Caitlin Lowe was there. So there I go there. A little bit of everywhere.
If you had gotten hurt or went down during your Olympic team runs, who was the backup shortstop?
Crystal Bustos in 2004. She played third, but she could play short. Lovey Jung is a shortstop. She played second. In 2008 would have been Lauren Lappin.
Yeah.
So Lauren Lappin is a defensive specialist. Literally can put her anywhere. Talk about versatility.
That's a great story that you guys were talking about yesterday with her hitting left-handed and right-handed. Being able to catch too, right?
Yeah, she caught. She even played first at one point.
And the deciding factor, just a fantastic teammate.
Yes.
Yeah, you want on your club.
That's the icing on the cake right there.
It's been a great at bat for Edwards. Popped up. That'd be a home run in a phone booth. Hannah Flippen makes the play, and the side is retired. So a 2-out base hit by Devin Netz goes by the wayside. We've reached the bottom of the third. A 3-1 Ricketts on top of Netz. For the first couple of series here in the AUSL All-Star Cup, but yesterday that all changed. 6 homers in 14 combined innings played.
Yeah, a lot of action at the plate yesterday, just a lot of power. We saw 2 grand slams. Erin Koppel, Jessie Warren, both having grand slams, and the bats were hot.
2 home runs in one day for Jessie Warren. That's getting hot.
Here's Bailey Klingler. Klingler's got enormous power, looking for her first home run of the All-Star Cup.
Well, you'll notice too, or you noticed a lot of those home runs were on rise balls up and in to those right-handed hitters. It just seemed like the hitters were prepared on a different level yesterday.
Crushed. Wow, what a jump by Bella Dayton. She had that red from the jump and makes a tremendous sliding catch.
That was beautiful over toward the left field line. Bella Dayton had such a good jump off the bat, and Bailey Klingler is just hunting inside pitches again. She got one, barrels it up, but Bella Dayton is ready to cover some ground and rob extra bases from Klingler.
Bubba Nichols-Camarena. She got the rally started an inning ago by reaching on the error by Anissa Urtez. She scored the first of what would be 3 runs for Team Ricketts an inning ago. All 3 of those runs hurt Team Ricketts. I'm sorry, Team Netz. But none of them were actually earned against Megan Ferramo. Pitchers lose 10 points for every earned run allowed. All 3 of those runs, because of the error, were determined to be unearned, so she did not lose any points.
Well, I think the thing that hurt her in that inning was the hit by pitch and the walk, too. Just a lot of free passes given to the other team with Ferramo in the circle last inning for that big 3-run inning.
Two UCLA legends facing each other, Ramo and Nichols Camarena. UCLA, one of those schools, when you talk about legends, you actually kind of have to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
It's a long list.
It's a good one.
Very.
It's a good one, yeah. Here, these are some great ones here, though. Megan Framo and Nichols Camarena. I think that they bleed blue and gold, for sure.
I'm just thinking about having those teams with Megan Framo and Rachel Garcia pitching for them on the same staff. Rachel Garcia being a little bit older, Megan Framo getting to learn from her and pitch behind her, and even Rachel Garcia challenging her when she was young, saying, I don't want you to just push me. I want you to be better and try to beat me. Having that competitive edge at an early age that was taught to, I'm sure, by Lisa Fernandez, who worked with them, and then also, of course, just working right next to Rachel Garcia every day.
Yeah, and the two of them, I feel like just they complement each other so well. Although they are kind of similar, throw a lot of different pitches, and it's just the competitive spirit that I think that they did push each other so much.
Line drive base hit into center field for Bubba. One out, single, plus 10 for Bubba.
And Megan Framo and Taylor Edwards definitely having a plan today. They have just been nailing the inside corner to these righties and finally decide to go to that curveball. But Bubba Nichols wins that battle. But it's almost as if, you know, keep continuing to pound that inside corner for these righties to try to get them jammed up a little bit.
Charlize Palacios singled and scored an inning ago. Amanda, just going back to what you mentioned a moment ago, it's interesting that you were the one that brought it up, because you talk about two great pitchers on the same pitching staff. Many generations, that never would have occurred. You and Megan Gibson, when you both chose to go to Texas A&M together, you could make the argument that that was the beginning of the change of philosophy with college pitching staffs. For years, it was you get one stud pitcher, and no one else would ever consider going for 4 more years. That's all you needed, one pitcher for 4 years. That player graduated, then you bring someone else in. But you and Megan Gibson came in together as freshmen at Texas A&M and showed that it could be done. And now it's common to have staffs, not just one great pitcher.
Well, and it's such a luxury, mentally and physically. I hear about the grind that Danielle went through at Washington with the amount of innings that she threw in her career. And I didn't ever have to do that because we had each other. And so I feel for Danielle when I hear her talk about all these innings that she took on. And, you know, she loved it. She's a competitor. She's a grinder. Bring it on is her mentality. But at the same time, it was nice to have somebody. I always wonder, like, what would it have been like to be by myself out there? Because mentally, it's quite a challenge. You know everything is on you, but when you have somebody behind you or in front of you or side by side next to you, you know that they have your back the entire time. It's such a luxury.
Foul. Count stays 2-2 to Palacios.
I just think that that mentality is so valuable for a lot of pitchers to hear, of just not having that pressure and to be able to have that tag team. And I think just being on the offensive side of having to face two pitchers that equally can bring it, equally can do it, it's a lot. That's tough to try to face.
It's a prep factor that goes into it for your opponent too, just not having to spend the amount of time. You can only practice a certain amount of time in college softball because your time is limited, but I mean, the same could go for a pro team. Your time isn't limited. There's no restrictions there, but how much prep time are you putting for Megan Framo versus Netz versus McQuillan? What conversations are you having about that prep going into the game? And the more different arms that you have and different looks, like Netz was talking about with how she wanted to structure her pitching staff, the tougher it is for a lineup to prep going into a game and ultimately feel confident going into a game, because hitting is so much about confidence and just stepping into the box and feeling like you have a chance to get a hit that time.
Well, this is one of the things with pro pitchers that makes it so difficult. This is going to be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Ramo's elite, but she can't get anything past these hitters because they're so good. So she's already at 69 pitches, and we're only in the 3rd inning. Like, that never would have happened when she was at UCLA. Foul ball after foul ball after foul ball.
Well, all these pitchers obviously have faced all these hitters all season long, and so you're starting to have to be creative and have throwing different combos, throwing different pitches and different counts.
Pitch misses down low. Good at bat for Palacios. +10. Works the walk. Runners on at first and at second.
Well, and Fremo's not going up in the zone as much either with her rise balls. So it just seems like these hitters are stepping in the box and they're able to get comfortable, really looking down and picking a side of the plate versus her bringing that up pitch and them feeling something up and putting it in the back of their mind that they're even having to deal with that just to get them a little uncomfortable.
Binford bounces it foul, third base side. Binford struck out on a doozy of a changeup against Fremo in the second inning.
See if she gets that changeup again. Gets herself down with 2 strikes after battling the end, and then Fremo dropped in that changeup. There's a little riser we were asking for, Tosh.
Yep, and that's what I was just going to say. I'm like, now would be a good time to actually throw that rise that you're talking about, change that eye level a little bit.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Binford actually began her summer in the reserve pool during the AUSL regular season. Wasn't on an official team, was called up and just proved to be invaluable. And has been a starter in every game she's played now in the AUSL All-Star Cup. She's moved past a lot of players over the last couple of weeks with what she's been able to do, not only in the batter spots, but also as a pitcher.
When we talk about those two-way players, I just feel like it's just so versatile having her on your team. She possesses a lot of power, can get it done on the pitching circle.
High pop-up. Will it be playable?
Well, and she was on the beach when she got the call. She was vacationing, you know, done with softball, went to the World Series, ended on a high, and got the call while she was on vacation to come and take a spot in the AUSL, and she was in, hasn't left since.
Man, you just feel for Fremo. She can't get anything past these hitters.
Well, and you want to pitch longer into a game because you have more of an opportunity to accumulate points, too. And the more that she's throwing, it's not like she can't keep going, but it makes it much more challenging for her. All these different looks that these hitters are getting, wearing her down early on in this game. Almost 80 pitches thrown in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
More of the same.
What would you throw in this moment?
I would still try to go back to the curveball. It's been inconsistent today, though, but it gets to a point where you have to take a little bit of a risk with that pitch because she's gotten rid of everything else.
Good golly. What an at-bat for Binford. She works her way on with the walk, and the bases will be loaded with just 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Well, here are just some of our Labor Day weekend college football games. We start Thursday on ESPN with number 25, Boise State at USF, followed by Nebraska, Cincinnati. Deion Sanders in Colorado. They're going to host Georgia Tech Friday night. And what an ABC triple header we have for you on Saturday. Capped off with the 9th-ranked LSU Tigers taking on the 4th-ranked Clemson Tigers. Every game is also available on the all-new ESPN app. How about that? LSU not only shares the same nickname as Clemson, but they share the same nickname for where they play. You got the LSU Tigers, the Clemson Tigers, both claim that they play in Death Valley. Oh, Heads are exploding around the country.
Good thing they're different colors, or it'd get really
Oh, my.
confusing.
Well, we're going to have a pitching change. Lexi Kilfoyle will come on and relieve Megan Ferramo, who leaves with the bases loaded, and all three of those base runners are her responsibility. So she's got a vested interest in what Kilfoyle can do.
Yeah, Lexi Kilfoyle yesterday got in a little bit of a jam. She got the start yesterday. So today she's coming in that relief situation. But just was the same thing, just getting behind a lot of hitters. She had 4 walks on the day, just uncharacteristic of her. She was just trying to find the zone throughout the day, and so maybe a different situation coming in this situation in relief.
So Kilfoyle will talk things over with her catcher, Taylor Edwards, and the entire infield. This is an important spot in the game. We've got an inning win on the line. If Team Ricketts scores just 1 run, it would be worth 10 points for everyone on Team Ricketts. We're going to have Caroline Jacobson at the plate. Runner at third is Bubba Nichols Camarena. At second, it's Charlize Palacios. At first, it's Aaliyah Binford. Hard down the left field line, foul. Wow, by about 2 feet.
That's one when you want to hit, you just are trying to blow that thing fair.
Yes.
Hope you're watching it as you run down the line. Is this going to be the one that gets me out of it? Oh, and then it goes foul. Like, dang it, I have to do it again.
Jacobson bounced to first, back in the second inning. 2-1.
But before she smashed that foul ball, I was thinking, oh, Lexi Kilfoyle, this would be actually a good opportunity. She induces a lot of ground balls. But then I see that fly ball to the left, so I'm like, oh, no, maybe not.
Good thing you didn't say that then.
Trouble time for Kilfoyle. She needs to throw a strike. One more pitch out of the strike zone, and it'll be an inning win for Team Ricketts. Jacobson may be taken all the way. Nope, swings, lashes it, and again foul. This one 4 feet foul.
Yeah, that's tough in that situation. I know you want to hit so bad, but that 3-1, you know, Lexi's still trying to find it. I may take in that situation.
Yeah.
Change up, but beauty, and Jacobson strikes out. 2 down.
You know, Lexi Kilfoyle will throw this off-speed curveball into the mix. She has a change up and will throw an off-speed curveball too, and it just pops out of her hand, moves away from Caroline Jacobson, and 57 miles an hour. Kilfoyle needed that K, and she got it.
Here's Paige Sinicki. She was hit on the right toe her first time up. Two and 0. You can bet your bottom dollar that Sinicki's taking here. If she swings, there should be an investigation.
Should it be minus points?
Minus points for sure.
The obligatory strike. I think she's taking again.
I would take again, absolutely.
That's a good professional at bat by Sinicki. made Kilfoyle throw 2 consecutive strikes. Now game on. On the ground softly to short. Ricketts slings it across the diamond, and the side is retired. So a big atta-girl for Lexi Kilfoyle. Comes in with the bases loaded, and nobody scores. Ricketts, okay, she has been really good. And now her team on defense. It'll be the bottom third of the order. McMillan, Ricketts, and Dayton batting against Team Ricketts and Kaylani Ricketts. I think that Kaylani has really taken to this whole entire summer experience she's had. She's not been involved with AUSL at all before, but she's involved with other professional leagues internationally here in the States. But getting a chance to see what this is all about, I think it's pretty clear how strongly she feels about what she's involved with.
Yeah, and I mean, if you know, she hasn't said that she's going to end her career anytime soon and that she's still going for it, but the opportunity that she has to play in this league, I know that she's played overseas in Japan, she played in MPF, Pride, but just the opportunity and to be able to see softball at this level, like just to be able to put this on her resume whenever she decides to hang up her cleats, I think is just really cool.
And a flip in. No one gets lower than her. Scoops it up and throws out Corey McMillan. Let's check in with Savannah Collins.
Well, in all of Kaylani Ricketts' experiences, she's never been a captain until this series. And I asked her about her strategy and what some things she prioritized. She said, you know, as a veteran pitcher, she feels like she could throw to just about anybody. That's why she waited until her 7th pick to go with Charlize Palacios. But she said it was big for her to find a catcher who could handle down balls well. So, Amanda, for you, seeing this battery throw together for the first time ever, how much does that speak to Kaylani's veteran leadership and just complete comfortability no matter where she is and where she's playing?
Yeah, to your point, Eric, and you were talking about Ricketts entering into the AUSL and becoming a part of it. I think it's been just an absolute pleasure to get a chance to watch her play within.
Beautifully placed bunt by Bella Dayton. She is now 2 for 2, plus 20, 2-out base runner for Team Netz.
Well, and the older you get, the more experience you get, and hopefully not as set in your ways, and you kind of take that upon yourself to say, okay, I can be a little bit more flexible with my catcher. I don't just have to have this one catcher that I have to throw to, and if I don't have her, then I'm not going to throw very well. It speaks to her leadership and also to Shar back behind the plate to soak up the challenge, to catch that. I mean, that is not easy. When you see swings and misses like that from these lefties, it goes to show her movement that she has on the inner half. And that's, if you see the movement and swings like that, you know that that's a tough pitch to catch for Shar.
Again.
Again, and she catches it again. But Kaylani Ricketts, I love that. Just that shows her veteranism, how she's a veteran and just her experience. She is a true pro.
Circle bounces it off her front leg. I think this is a running situation if you're Bella Dayton. Bella Dayton started the day 34th out of 64 players on the leaderboard. You already get 20 points, back-to-back singles. Get another 10, steal a base. She's got good wheels. That's the one thing we haven't seen much at all. We talked about not a lot of sacrifice bunts. Stolen base attempts, way down.
It's that game management piece that you really start to notice how big of a part that a coach who's managing the game plays a part.
Humpback liner, second baseman Sydney Romero makes the play, and that's the inning that Kaylani Ricketts needed. Only throws 10 pitches to retire the side.
Place. And right now, I mean, this is a mad dash until the end, really looking like it's a two-person race at this time between Kowalik and Garcia.
As historically great as Kayla Kowalik has been, remember, she has an extra advantage of playing in another series that Rachel Garcia did not. Rachel Garcia was part of that contingent to play at the World Games. So as great as Kowalik has been, if you break it down on a per-game basis, Garcia's actually been a little bit better.
Set two, doing some prep, and Erin Koffel will be on Kayla Kowalik's team. She's in 3rd place right now on the leaderboard, and then of course Danica Coffey in the mix too in 5th place as Ricketts slid up 1 spot to 4th.
Sierra Sacco is the batter. Sacco, Sydney Romero, Hannah Flippin batting against Lexi Kilfoyle. First full inning for Kilfoyle, who came out of the pen with the bases loaded and 1 out in the third and didn't allow a run to score. Softly to third. Sydney McKinney makes the play. The all-new ESPN app is the best way to watch sports. All of ESPN, all in one place with live games, live stats. Plus, you can track your fantasy teams and personalize with your favorite leagues, teams, and players. Well, if you're in one of those keeper leagues and you want to talk about a deep cut, you may want to think about Sydney Romero's younger brother. Mikey Romero, folks. Remember that name. Write it down. Get out a notepad right now. Mikey Romero has made it to AAA. He's in the Boston Red Sox organization. He plays for the Worcester Red Sox. Don't say Worcester. Yesterday, a 2-run homer. He's got 12 homers on the season. This is from a shortstop. And he is the only Romero in the family that bats from the left side. Sierra, Sydney, I don't know. Sophia, is she a left-handed batter?
She hits from the left side.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
She
okay.
hits from the left side.
Okay, so the youngest Romeros are lefties. The elder Romeros are righties. But yeah, Mikey Romero, he is 1 peg away from the big leagues.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Here's Hannah Flippin, called strike 1 to Hannah. Off-speed pitch, dips down low. Kilfoyle has faced 4 batters and retired them all. It's a stark difference to what we saw yesterday when she had a hard time with her control. Oh, Hannah actually stepped back while the pitch was en route. What's that all about?
See that smile on her
Laughing.
face.
Guessing in.
Do it again. Still just messing
Moving
with
back
her.
and forth.
Oh man, what a swing. Kilfoyle's probably so annoyed, but I think Edwards is laughing a little bit. Flippin is laughing a little bit, and Kilfoyle's like, okay, I
Amanda,
don't
as
know
a
what you're
pitcher,
trying
can
to
you
do.
see that?
Yes, absolutely. You're focused on the signal, but you definitely notice the movement there in the box.
One shortstop, grounds out to the other. 2 good lifelong friends. Hannah Flippin, Anissa Urtez, and Urtez gets Flippin. It's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th. The Athletes Unlimited Athlete Causes Program, which has been going on since 2020. It exists in every AU sport. Through the Athlete Causes Program, AU players have donated over $2 million to nonprofits of their choice. The program was designed to allow athletes to support causes they're passionate about, to amplify their voices and support their engagement. With Amanda Scarborough and Natasha Watley, I'm Eric Collins. Just want to throw it out there. One of the causes that has been so important to a bunch of these players over the years. Ricketts is going to get an out at first base. McKinney is retired. Has been the Natasha Watley Foundation. There have been, in every season, athletes who have said, this is what's important to me. This is going to be my why. This is my cause.
I think it's been incredible. I just think about the impact, especially back in LA. A lot of the young girls are looking at these athletes and they see them on TV and they see them playing. They're playing for them, and just the opportunity that it brings for them. It allows us to put on more clinics, get more equipment, do more things. And so it's just such a powerful statement when these young ladies say, hey, you know, we want to play for that cause, and for any cause too, just the impact that it does for all the different organizations.
How does one get involved with the foundation from a participant, not like a player playing for it, but how does one get involved in your foundation?
I think just raising your hand and coming on out, getting your hands dirty. We do a lot of clinics. We do a lot of community service events back in LA especially. And I think it's just a matter of just raising your hand and following us on our socials. Go to our website. Come check us out. Hanging out with the kiddos.
It's remarkable how linked everyone in the softball community is. Vidalis grounds out to Hannah Flippin, 2 down. Every single person has a player or a mentor, or it just goes down the line. It's someone passing the baton to the next person, to the next person. And it's crazy how people are linked throughout the years and generations because of this great game. How about Kaylani Ricketts? She had a little bit of a bump in that second inning, threw a bunch of pitches, but back on the beam. In the third inning, she faced 1 over the minimum. In the fourth inning, 1 over the minimum, and now trying to go 1, 2, 3. Here in the fifth, this is what she needed. She's starting to get some points. Every out she gets is a +4. That's what I'm talking about.
You think about how this pitch total, too, will affect how much she throws tomorrow, potentially, as well. So you mentioned, Tosh, that she didn't start herself yesterday. So interesting decision. Starts herself today, but maybe all a part of a bigger plan for a 3-day stretch, trying to see how she can use herself the most and try to accumulate points for herself individually, but also win points. Did you hit off of her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did I have at-bats over her against her? That's the correct question. I had plenty of at-bats. Did I get hits off of her? Not so much. Kaylani was tough. It's this deception. It's just really hard to pick up off of her hip, and I don't know if it's because of her height, if she's tall. It's almost like she jumps up and it just pops out of nowhere, and by the time it's on your hands.
It's like she hides the ball behind her, and I think that's, I mean, I'm not a left-handed hitter, but I'm just, from watching, it seems like that is what makes that lefty-on-lefty matchup so difficult, because especially against a lefty, and that pitch right there, it's even for against a righty, it's hidden for so long, and then before you know it, it's boom, on your back right knee. So it just seems like with her unique way that she releases the ball, it makes it tough to get barrels to it.
This is Oklahoma on Oklahoma right here. This is the Patty Gasso special. Kaylani Ricketts, probably the original superstar with the Sooners program. Back-to-back National Player of the Year, 2013, 2014. Strikes out Tiare Jennings. All right, score one for the Elder. And Ricketts puts a 0 on the board. To the home half of the fifth we go.
And Kaylani Ricketts just showing us why she is the veteran she is, and going at her other Oklahoma Sooner alum, and gets that big strikeout for strikeout number 3.
Points if anyone on Team Ricketts can touch home plate. All they need is 1 run, and they will win the 3rd, the 4th, and now the 5th inning. These are rollover innings because we've been tied since the 2nd. This is what the league leaderboard looks like right now as we speak. No movement with the top 3. Kayla Kowalik, Rachel Garcia, Aaron Koffel, they will all play in our 2nd game. But look at Kaylani Ricketts. She has leapfrogged over Danica Coffey, and she is in the 4th spot. You want to be in the top 4 because the top 4 are captains from series to series and can pick their own teams and make their own decisions. There's Kayla Kowalik, hotter than a pepper sprout. She has been unbelievable so far in the first couple of series. Looked at her batting average earlier today. She's hitting .550. 11 hits and 20 at-bats, and equally hot is Aaron Koffel, who's right next to her. Amanda Lorenz. Good God, that's a Mount Rushmore of great softball players. Little blooper right side. Finds the glove of Corey McMillan. Bailey Klingler is retired. I was going to mention about Bailey Klingler. What does Nolan Ryan, Andre Ware, Amanda Scarborough, Roger Clemens, and Bailey Klingler's dad, Jimmy Klingler, all have in common?
They're all from Houston?
All Houston great throwing right-handers. Some of the best right-handed throwers in the history of their sports. You got Amanda Scarborough, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Andre Ware, my good buddy, won a Heisman Trophy as a quarterback for the Houston Cougars. And Bailey Klingler's dad led all of Division I in touchdown passes when he was a senior playing quarterback at the University of Houston.
I think she had an uncle.
Oh, David Klingler.
Oh, yeah.
David Klingler and Jimmy Klingler were both unbelievable quarterbacks back in the 80s at the University of Houston. Back when they had an offense that was different than anyone else's. They were pass happy. Deep to center field, and look at that. Morgan Zirkle making sure she knew where the wall was. That's what veterans do, and she catches it 225 feet away from home plate.
And this is what you call a professional outfielder. If you just take a look at Zirkle, I mean, just finding where she is on the field is important. And you want to try to make sure you get to the fence, and then you can make your adjustments there. that's just a big out.
That look back to the fence where she took her eye off the ball is so scary to do. And a lot of people are unwilling to do it because of the risk that you take, because you're just so scared of losing eye contact with the ball to find the fence. So she made it look easy, but that is not something easy to do at all.
No one has played more games on this field with Athletes Unlimited than Morgan Zirkle. No one's played more games with Athletes Unlimited than Morgan Zirkle across any sport. This is now her 141st consecutive game. She's never had a headache, a hangnail, a hamstring pull, anything. She's played every single game.
That's a lot of games on this field, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because Athletes Unlimited have roamed around this field for 5 years now. Majority of the games here.
And even before that, there was a pro team here called the Chicago Bandits, and she was a member of the Bandits and played on this field. I'd say she knows every blade of grass, but there isn't a blade of grass.
Well, the one thing you don't know is how the wind is going to be blowing day to day. It is always different on this field.
If someone asked me who's been the best player throughout the 6-year window of Athletes Unlimited softball, I think it's Morgan Zirkle.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
She came into this league unheralded, went to Marshall. Not a lot of people knew who she was. This league has been perfect for her. She has exploded in her athletic career as the years have gone by, and it's been a joy watching her. Good inning thrown by Lexi Kilfoyle. Another 0 on the board.
Striking out Tiara Jennings, 2 strikeouts on the day against her, and we know how hot of a bat that she has, and so she's been bringing it today.
Well, white knuckle time for Kaylani Ricketts. She's been so good. Don't want to spit the bit here, though. She's only given up 1 earned run in 5 innings. Hopefully she doesn't tire, because things can change quickly if you give up earned runs. Or a -10 for pitchers. Kaylani is right now 4th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. This inning is worth 40 points. We haven't had an inning win since the 2nd. Devin Netz, little blooper right side, not played. Jacobson has it go out of her glove, and it'll be 2 bases for Netz. Caroline Jacobson had it, but couldn't keep it when she hit the turf.
That's just tough. Again, we talked about the sun, and the ball is coming out of the shade, and the sun is shining so bright. So Caroline Jacobson on that makes that diving catch, but has it in her glove. But I think when she hits that ground, she loses it and pops out. And we've got Devin Netz standing up on second.
Taylor Edwards swings to the first pitch, drives it deep to center field. Nichols Camarena makes the play. Deep enough for Netz to tag from second and go to third.
I mean, the wind just knocked that down, and it went so high, too. If it would have been a little bit more like a line drive, I think it would have had a chance, but it got caught up in the wind. The wind is just howling from left to right, and it helped out Kaylani Ricketts. Talked about how defense has been on her side, playing back behind her, but this wind has become like an 8th infielder, or 8th defender, I should say, back behind her. And Nichols Camarena stuck with that, but Team Netz loving the execution, the fact that Devin Netz, the captain, went from second to third base on that.
Is there going to be a challenge or something? Kaylani Ricketts was asking the umpiring crew something. This could be a challenge about Netz going from second to third.
The ruling on the field is that on the catch, the runner is second base left on time. That has been challenged and is now under review.
Oh my goodness, if Netz left early, that would be a blunder. This is one captain challenging the play of another captain. She had no reason to leave early.
See how shallow, too, that Bubba Nichols Camarena was playing, how far back that she had to go. I know that's not what we're looking at, but just something I noticed.
Another professional outfielder there, but I think Devin Netz leaves on time.
Yeah. She has to wait until the catch is made before going from second to third. I think this is going to be a quick one.
After further review, the call on the field has been upheld. This is Team Ricketts' first challenge.
Well, if you're Team Ricketts, it's worth a try. That would have been a gift out. An out they really need. There's only one down. You've got Netz on at third. The infant's going to have to come in. Corey McMillan. Not a lot of experience. McMillan is a true rookie. Just finished her college experience back in the spring at Virginia Tech. Batting against the oldest player in this year's field, Kaylani Ricketts.
You know, and McMillan, more of a home run hitter in college, so you know that she has more of that uppercut swing that leads to those home runs, but that's exactly what Team Netz needs, is a ball to the outfield right now. If she could get one in the air like that, the chance to drive in a run with a sacrifice flies, and get these win points that are on the line, or at least put yourself in a position for those 40 win points.
Right back to Ricketts, and she can't make the play. A run scores. Wow. RBI single, Corey McMillan, on a play that Ricketts had bounce off of her glove.
Way to be feisty. You could see that she was trying to get underneath those drop balls, but doesn't do so there, but hits the ball hard, and that's all you can ask for right there, is just try to hit it hard right back up the middle and gets the job done.
How about the two defensive plays here that were hit off of the glove in this inning, just so close to being out? So Caroline Jacobson double off of her glove, could have been an out. That easily could have been an out there if maybe Ricketts is able to glove that up a little bit differently. Not easy plays at all, but Team Ricketts not getting the bounce.
So Kaylani Ricketts, the captain, has Montana Fouts in the bullpen. Also has Emma Lemley, who was not in the bullpen, but was in the dugout. Looks like it's going to be Lemley who's going to come in. So Ricketts goes the first 5 1/3, and she's going to lift herself. Lefty's going to be replaced by the righty, Lemley. Runner on at first base is the responsibility of Ricketts.
Lemley talking to Palacios about what's working, what she wants to throw in this scenario with the teams getting mixed up all the time. Palacios and Lemley not playing on the same regular season team, so just trying to get to know each other pretty quickly. Hey, when you warmed up, what's working, what's feeling good, what do you want to throw? The rookie from Virginia Tech playing in her first AUSL season.
And I like this decision for Kaylani Ricketts to go to Lemley in the situation. Complement each other well. You know, Kaylani Ricketts throws a lot of drop balls, that off speed, but Emma Lemley, she's all up spin, that slow and spinny rise, and so I feel like they complement each other, and especially with this windy weather, I think I like the idea.
We've got a bunch of moves here. Kaylani Ricketts not only taking herself out of the game and replacing herself in the circle with Emma Lemley, but we're going to have a new right fielder. Caroline Jacobson had been out in right field, but she's going to be lifted right now. We've got Kendra Falby into the game. She is number 37, and Falby's actually going to move to center. And Bubba Nichols-Camarena is going to move to right.
One-run game, the best defense that you could possibly have out there, putting Kendra Falby in center field, moving Bubba over to right field, and then of course still having Sacco out in left field. This is a 3 center field outfield that you have. So,
and right now Caroline Jacobson has been taken out of the game, is sitting in the dugout looking at right field, which is now totally in shadows. She had to deal with the sun for the first 6 innings. She gets taken out of the game, and her replacement's dealing with nothing but shade and cloud cover.
You know, Bubba's secretly so happy this happened right now. You know she knows.
Thank you, softball gods.
Here's Anissa Urtez. If I have one wish for the next 6 days, whoever the captains are, I want the captains to have Ricketts and Flippin on the same team. I want them to play one final weekend, middle infield, second and short, just like they were for 4 years out in Salt Lake City playing for youths. That'd be a thing of beauty.
I would like to see that. That'd be a lot of fun to see them play one last time together.
Ricketts announcing her retirement at the end of this All-Star Cup. Flippin' still a lot of gas in the tank. She's not going anywhere. Nichols Camarena is going to be tested. No sun in her eyes, makes the play. Ball will always find the defender playing the new position. That's a softball rule.
It almost never fails. Put new people in new positions, you move, ball always finds you.
Well, you know, Falby's getting a ball next.
Yes.
Here's Bella Dayton, 2 for 2. Dayton drove in a run back in the second inning with a single. Laid down a perfect bunt in the fourth for a single.
You know, I feel like there's been so much aggressiveness at the plate today. There haven't been a lot of called strikes when you think about it. Just thinking about what the umpire's zone has been like, giving her a little bit more on the outer edge there. And I'm just thinking back, there just haven't been a ton of called strikes because there's been so many swings.
For a rookie, I think it's amazing the amount of confidence and swagger that Lemley has. She thinks she's still back in Blacksburg. She's one of the youngest pros this year, and she has come in full of confidence. Look at that. That's how you do it. Looking like old school Angela Tincher back at Virginia Tech. And Kaylani Ricketts happy that the damage was minimized. They'll need to score a run when we come back for the bottom of the sixth. Is pleased. Now let's welcome in Kaylani Ricketts for a chair check. Kaylani, how you doing? That was pretty impressive. You took yourself out after a really good outing, and you knew what you were doing. Emma Lemley looks really good today.
Oh yeah, her stuff, it offsets me so well, and like we saw that throughout the season when we would pair up together. So it was great that she was able to come in and have our teams back.
Kaylani, you look good today. Talk about your strategy coming into today.
Just trying to feed my D. I think that's a big reason why I did draft the defense that I had, and you know, being able to feed them, they did a great job behind me.
And working with Charlize, what was that like today?
It's been fun, you know. I think I was telling her I always kind of got FOMO seeing her work with the other pitchers throughout the league, and so it's awesome to be able to be on the same side as her, and you know, she challenges me every inning, and it's awesome being able to get some chemistry going with her.
Kaylani, I know you're probably not staring at the leaderboard, but you've moved up to fourth. You've had a great game. You seem to understand the way this game is played very well. You've been all over the world for the last decade and a half playing professionally, but you've never played this format before. Are you totally up to speed with how the scoring system works and how the different ways of getting points?
I'm not gonna lie, I did not read the manual on how the points work. I've just been trying to like hear people in the dugouts like, oh, okay. And so I think the biggest one that I keep sticking to is just win the inning no matter what.
Just the basics, right? Just a couple strikeouts here, a couple of strikeouts there, ground balls here, keeping it simple. I love that.
It's exciting just to try to keep it simple that way.
Talk about facing your other Oklahoma Sooner, Tiara Jennings.
Oh man, she's one of the best hitters in the world. We all know that, and it's to be able to face her. You know, I feel like I might get a little more locked in. I mean, we know she's a big hitter, and I've seen her in some clutch situations all throughout her career. And so, yeah, she's a tough one, and it's always a fun challenge to go through.
Kaylani, you got to leave Emma in to go into the 7th. What's our pitching strategy to try to finish this out?
That's a good question. I think they're coming over here so we can have a chat about that. So we'll see what the catcher says.
From chair chat to pitcher chat. Awesome. Thanks, Kaylani.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And, oh, they're challenging whether or not this is fair or foul. This is a squibber with a bunch of English on it. It was ruled on the field as it was a fair ball. First base umpire Heath Walker was right behind the play. It's actually, now that I think about it, it is the home plate umpire's call until the ball gets to first.
Yeah, I still think that's a fair ball. She touched it in fair territory.
It's a great job by Tiare, too, to come over and cover first base and communicate to Tori. You could really see that once Tori picked up the ball, she knew that Tiare was going to be there. Bang, bang play, and Tiare in the right spot, but I don't see how this gets overturned.
After further review, the call on the field has been upheld. It was a fair ball, and this is Team Ricketts' second and final challenge.
Okay, so they're done. Well, one thing Kaylani Ricketts drafted when she drafted Hannah Flippin, not only one of the best defensive shortstops in the world today, but one of the really good softball minds, in particular with Athletes Unlimited. She's been around since day one. She understands the rules. She understands the challenges. She understands the leaderboard. If you got any questions, that would be my first person to go to, either her or Aubrey Leach.
Yeah, you see her out of the dugout commanding and pointing and kind of leading there, and so that's a huge pickup for Kaylani Ricketts to have her on her squad.
She also fills your bucket with a whole bunch of joy. Okay, so Binford is retired. What's new? That is now 11 consecutive? I'll make it 9. 9 consecutive retired by Kilfoyle. She came out of the pen, and you can make it. It's a perfect game. She's faced 9. 9 up, 9 down.
And they really needed her in that inning, too, with having given up the 3-run inning, the bottom of the second, and she entered into that bottom of the third with the bases loaded and worked out of that jam. It's why they have a chance to get these win points in terms of staying in this game and even win the game.
This inning is worth 40 points. Team Netz able to push across 1 run at the top of the 6th inning on an infield single by Corey McMillan. So if that 1 run can hold, everyone on Team Netz is going to get 40 points for winning innings 3, 4, 5, and now 6. Into the wind. Urtez makes the play. 10 in a row, retired by Kilfoyle. Yesterday, Kilfoyle could not find the mitt.
I was just going to say, she is definitely settled in. I feel like what a difference a day makes, and just more command, a little bit more sharpness on her pitches, and just really commanding the game. Yesterday, she was really all over the place just trying to find it.
She pitched an inning and a third, threw 41 pitches, gave up 5 earned runs, walked 4. And today, lights out.
And I'm sure she's so happy to be back out there the very next day and have a shot just to get back on the horse. And not that she was so far off, right? But as a pitcher, you feel, okay, I walked a few more, I just felt a little bit off, I didn't have my best stuff, and you can't wait to get back out there again and pitch like this.
Paige Sinicki, the final hope for Team Ricketts here in the 6th. I think that went off of Aaron Golden, our home plate umpire. Taylor Edwards, who has done a bunch of catching over the years, working with umpires, goes out to the circle for a moment to give Aaron a moment. Softball world's going to miss Taylor Edwards when she retires. Beautiful pitch by Kilfoyle.
2-1 pitch about a ball off the plate, drop ball inside like that. You're thinking hitters count, oh, I'm going to get something to hit here. And then she drops that in. Oh, tough pitch.
If Kilfoyle can get Sinicki here, It's going to be a big day for her. She's going to get some MVP votes for just coming out of the pen and throwing up 0 after 0.
And you just talk about Taylor Edwards behind the plate and just what she brings out of pitchers, too. A lot of pitchers always talk about wanting to throw to her. I feel like she's one of the most underrated players in our game and doesn't get talked about enough, just how important she is and how much of a big impact she makes behind the plate.
Makes her home in Columbus, Ohio these days. If you talk to her long enough, you find that she'd probably be comfortable any place in the world that's got fishable waters. She is loving catching fish for the rest of her life. That's her thing. Little high. Good at bat for Sinicki. That's a +10 for the walk. And with 2 outs, life for Team Ricketts. I know it sounded like a broken record, but Sinicki, if she feels any vibe, I think she should go, man. Steal. Get in a scoring position. It's worth your while. It's a +10. You need a run.
Well, with the top of the lineup coming up, too, put yourself in a scoring position. Try to extend this lead to 2 runs and to try to keep the win points going. Like, there's a lot of different benefits for doing it.
Sierra Sacco. This is Sacco's second look at Kilfoyle. Bounce to third, back in the 4th. Couldn't pull the trigger.
I'm wondering if a lot of athletes are not going because it's the only way that you can get points deducted is that -10 points. So I might be thinking about that in my head, like, I don't know. I like the point opportunity, but it's the only way to get them erased for them. There she goes.
I like the thought. Paige, good work. We have only had 3 stolen bases so far in the first 3 series of the AUSL All-Star Cup. That's it, 3.
Well, and it's a good pitch to run on, too, with 2 strikes. You know that Sacco's going to be protecting, highly likely to put the ball in play. Kilfoyle, a drop ball changeup pitcher, so that pitch could miss in the dirt, especially in a 1-2 count, pitcher's count, where she's trying to expand the zone down like she'll want to. A lot of good reasons to run.
Not going, and it's 2-2. Team Ricketts leads 3-2, but it's Team Netz with the momentum.
I think Sinicki was going on that one, too. And now she's just getting in some extra conditioning.
Cardio.
Some extra steps.
Look out.
She has an Aura ring. Her steps are piling up, you know, or root band, or whatever it is that she has or doesn't have. Just piling up the steps regardless.
Called strike 3! Kilfoyle strikes out Sacco, and it is a +40 for everyone on Team Netz. That is a huge point total. It's the equivalent of everyone on their team hitting a home run. +40 for winning the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and now the 6th. The AUS. It is come to this. It's the 7th inning. Team Netz down by a run. First ball swinging. That's the 4th time today that Morgan Zirkle has swung at the very first pitch. She's 0 for 4. That's a big first out for Montana Fouts, who's just checked into the game to try and save it for Team Ricketts.
I guess Captain Ricketts and her pitching staff went down and talked about the pitching strategy, how to finish out this game, and they're bringing in Montana Fouts in relief of Lemley, who did her job whenever she came in relief of Ricketts in the last inning.
Montana Fouts, named for the state, not the quarterback. Everyone's All-American, playing for Patrick Murphy. down in Alabama, was actually teammates for a number of years with Lexi Kilfoyle before Kilfoyle transferred out. Now actually Montana Fouts is wearing the colors that Lexi Kilfoyle wore when she was finishing her college experience at Oklahoma State. It all fits, folks. Sydney McKinney batting. Montana had a really good regular season.
It's not going to be easy either with where she's at in the order. I mean, Morgan Zirkle gave her that gift or one pitch out, but top of the order for Team Netz, Zirkle, McKinney, and Vidalis going to make it as difficult as possible in this one-run game.
That's a wonderful job right there by McKinney. Laser beam line drive to left field, and a runner aboard.
And Sydney McKinney just battling off that at-bat, just seeing the ball deep, letting the ball travel, hitting a lot of foul balls left side, seeing it big.
Team Netz down a run with 2 outs to play. 3-2 ball game. Even though Team Netz is losing, seems like they've got momentum. They won the 6th inning, which was a 40-point frame. Winning a game is a plus 70. Oh my goodness, ball gets through the wickets. Palacios looked like she did everything right. She got down low and somehow the ball squirts through the legs.
Well, and remember, these two have a ton of experience together, both playing on the Talons, winning that championship together. So just got underneath Shar's glove. A little bit of down movement. What is it? Huge extra 60 feet with what's on the line here.
These are the moments Tori Vidalis built for. Lifts it down the right field line, foul. Bet you dimes to donuts. Tori Vidalis was thinking about this exact situation at some previous time today. She thinks swing, she thinks driving in runs more often than most people. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a competitive pitch right there, and that's hard to look at with 2 strikes. This is that curveball.
Oh.
Perfect placement.
3-2. Way out in front.
A lot of talents going on right now up the middle of the field with Tori hitting off of her teammate, Montana Fouts.
Popped up. Could be playable. Sinicki with the squeeze, 2 down. All right, 70 points on the line. 2 outs, 7th inning. McKinney on at second. Here's Tiare Jennings, maybe the greatest winner of her generation. 4 national championships, batting with the game on the line.
Maybe Ricketts should have brought herself back in for this AB right here.
Right.
2 strikeouts against Jennings, and it was tough against her, that OU on OU battle.
Jennings, probably with the memory of a gnat. She doesn't remember those strikeouts. She remembers coming into this game 5 for 7 with a homer. Down to her last strike. Softly to short. Flippin's got to hurry! Ball game! Hannah Flippin gets it over to first with a bounce, and the game is over. Team Ricketts wins a barn burner. 3-2 your final score.
Just Team Ricketts just being gritty all game long, but the performance by Keilana Ricketts in the circle, just leading her team, just getting it done, using her defense and lot of strikeouts, too.
Plus 70 for everyone on Team Ricketts. That is huge. We got another one coming up, folks. Game 2. Doubleheader continues. Bottom of the hour. ESPNU, Team Coffee, Team Kowalik. For both my partners, Amanda Scarborough and Natasha Watley. For Savannah Collins, I'm Eric Collins. We'll see you in just a smidge.